Hey nurses, how's it going? It's Joel, it's your recruiter. I know we talk all the time and text all the time, but for Nurses Week, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to send you a video of why I appreciate nurses so much and how much you mean to me. And by the way, this is my lovely wife, Rachel.
Hello.
I asked her to join me on this video, one, so you can meet her in person. I'm sure you've seen pictures of her in my email, or if you follow me on social media, which you can. It's right here. So, like I said, for Nurses Week, I wanted to share this story, why I appreciate you so much, and honestly, how you basically kind of saved my life, in a way. So, Rachel, why don't you start it? And by the way, a lot of the story I asked her to start is because I don't remember it, honestly. I'll chime in on the part where I start remembering it, but most of it, I don't remember.
So from what I remember of that night, basically what happened was we were about to head to Orlando for some sort of event that was really important. I can't quite remember what it was. But I was ready. I was in the living room sitting on the couch, and I heard a huge thud, like something fell from the ceiling and hit the floor. So I run into the bedroom.
Which would have been better if I fell from the ceiling.
Probably. So I run into the bedroom and Joel's laying on the floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what happened? He's not responding. He's just laying there completely cold, just out. And so I'm shaking him. I don't know what to do. I don't know what happened. I'm like, did he pass out? Like, what's going on? And so I run into the kitchen and I grab some ice and some water, and I'm like splashing it on his face. He finally comes to.
Should we tell him what I ran into?
Well, yeah, I will.
Okay.
So he finally comes to, and I realized that we were already late for this event, so we were rushing. And the way that our hallway is in our bedroom, at the end of the hallway there is a door for the bathroom, and then on the side wall there's a door to the closet. Well, we had one of those pull-up bars in the closet door. So when he came walking out of the bathroom and pushed the door closed so that he could walk by very fast, as he does everything, the door hit the bar and bounced back. And his force going forward and the door coming toward him, the door hit him in the head.
The side of the door,
yeah.
The side, not the front or the back of the door,
like
but the actual side of it, which is like the hardest part of the door if you look at it. Just so I don't look like an idiot so much. I guess it hit me somewhere here, right?
Yeah, it was up there.
Somewhere.
You had a pretty big bruise for a while. But basically what had happened, it hit him so hard that he had passed out, and later on in the story, we realized that he had a really bad concussion. So
And I wasn't even speaking English, right?
Yeah, he wasn't speaking any English.
And she's American. She doesn't speak Spanish.
I was like, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he was just talking in Spanish. I'm like, I don't understand Spanish. What happened? And then he started.
Did you call my brother?
First I have to tell this part. You started crying. And I never hardly see him cry. And he was sobbing like a little baby in the corner, like talking in Spanish, tears coming down his face, sobbing. And I was like, something is wrong. Like, this is not my husband. So long story short, I end up calling my roommate, and we get him over to the urgent care. And there was this awesome doctor there at the urgent care. But basically, Joel was still crying. The whole car ride until we got him in the wheelchair, we got him inside, he's still sobbing, crying. Joel's some of his favorite hobbies are flying drones and getting aerial views of different locations. And the whole ride there, he was like, did you bring my drone? Did you bring my drone? Like, that's all he could think about was his drone. And I was like, no, I didn't bring your drone. Like, we gotta get you to the hospital. So once we get to the urgent care, the doctor looks up at me. He's like, this is very typical of someone who has a concussion. They're either super happy or super depressed. It hits, maybe, I don't really quite remember, maybe it releases a chemical.
They would probably know best.
Yeah, of sadness or happiness. It triggers something, and that's what was happening for him. But it was a very scary night. It was actually a very scary several weeks after.
The whole process. The story sucks for me. I honestly don't like hearing the story because imagine something in your life that someone's telling you it's happening and it happened, and you don't remember a thing from it. Like I don't like the story at all. It sucks every time I hear it. To think like there's just this blank part that I don't know. And so I remember coming to is because we went to Halifax.
Well, yeah, because the urgent care didn't have a CAT scan
Yeah.
machine.
So we went to Halifax and they took us in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the part I remember is there is this nurse looking at me, and he's like, "Who's the president?" Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
Who's the president? And I'm like, Obama, or I said like.
I don't know. You didn't even answer. You just looked at him.
Well, see, that must be a part where I wasn't remembering it though,
Yeah.
because I remember answering him. So I didn't answer him at first.
Not the first 3 or 4 times, but you answered all correct. It just took you 9
A long
or
time
10
to get there?
seconds to get there.
Oh.
It's like you were pulling it from deep in your brain.
Well, I remember him getting upset at me, and he was like getting mad.
It wasn't that he was getting mad. He was just trying to get like, I think he was just like trying to shake you, like.
Well, honestly, like that's what got me to trigger to remember from that moment, is because like it might be something. I mean, I have ER nurses that are watching this video, so it might be something they're just prepared to do. Like you could probably share to me and tell me why they were doing that, but like I remember from that point on, I remember this nurse in my mind, he was getting frustrated with me, and so boom, I remember being very fuzzy still, slow. It sucked for months because like there's things I just wanted to do or remember doing or wanted to remember, and I couldn't. Didn't I go to some restaurant?
No.
Okay, she's gonna tell a story part where she got mad at me, but here's the thing,
I'm
though.
not gonna tell that part. What I'm gonna tell is that the doctor told him, Joel, you need to stay home, you need to stay in bed, you need to rest. And the very next day, he decides to walk across the street and go to the restaurant that was there, and he got very disoriented, very nervous, because apparently they thought he was like a bum.
Yeah. Well, because I went in a book bag, this big old book bag with me, and I probably looked rough, but it's tough because, like, in my mind, I'm literally thinking, you know, I don't realize the big old trauma happened and the panic of taking me to the emergency room. To me, like, there's gaps of things that are missing, so it's like I was hungry and I went across the street to go get food, and the lady asked me something, and at that time, whenever someone asked me something, I'd get blank immediately. Mm-hmm. And she would notice it. I wouldn't notice as much. And I guess lately that hasn't happened or anything like that. Not for a while. I'm not going to do the job I'm doing. But the manager asked me, or someone asked me something, and I was like, oh, I just got to use the bathroom. And she was like, oh, our bathrooms are only for customers. And at that point, I blanked, and I didn't know who I was, where I was, any of that stuff anymore. And I remember crying in Applebee's, and like I didn't know what to do. Finally, did I call you or text you?
Well, you text me and you're like, please help. And I was like, what? So I ended up calling you and you're like, babe, I need your help. I need you to talk to this lady and tell her that I have money. And I'm like, where are you? You're supposed to be in bed. What are you talking about? And he's like, I walked to Applebee's and want to get food, but they don't believe that I have money. And I'm like, well, just pay for your meal then. Like, you have money.
Finally, I will say this, though. Finally, the bartender that was there, I think she caught on, or I showed her a text or something. But she actually got me food. She, like, I remember her just, like, taking care of me, like, to get food and making sure I had water or whatever it was.
Oh, I was so upset. Not at you, I was upset.
Oh yeah, at them.
At them.
Because the manager got me flustered and then thought I was a bum.
Yeah, well the manager just automatically assumed, because when he first walked into the restaurant, the first thing he said was, oh, where is your bathroom? Because he was going to use the restroom. And the manager was like, oh, customers only. How do how does he know that Joel's not in there to get food? He was in there to get food. So I was really upset.
Yeah. I'm carrying around a $2,000 drone in the book bag.
Yeah.
It was a dummy. But anyways, I wanted to share that. I'm gonna take you on the journey with us right now. We're gonna be heading out, and then I want to show you where I work and what my office looks like. And I have a couple other people that are gonna make some surprises in here, and that want to say Happy Nurses Week as well, and show you my coworkers, my boss, and the company I work for, and the company that you're getting your paychecks from. So let's take them on the journey.
All right,
let's go.
let's do it.
This is her car. So that story really explains why I appreciate nurses so much. If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for the medical field, I wouldn't be here today, and my mind wouldn't be here, and I don't know, life would be different. And life has been different since then, but still, we made it possible because of you. It's every time I'm at work late, or I'm just there after hours, or one of my nurses call me, because recruiting is a 24/7 job. We're out to dinner often, and I'm having to step away to go over a contract with a nurse, or explain something, or try to figure something out. And I love it. It's a cool experience. But every single time I get off the phone, I remember, like, yeah, thank you so much. It was because of you that everything's possible. And also, we have a really cool announcement. We have a little one coming. Due date is December, so if December I'm like swamped, that's probably why. But usually December, everything's already taken care of contract-wise. But we wanted to let you know as well, we're gonna launch it on our social media ASAP and tell everyone. And we're super excited, so.
My name is Mackenzie. Happy Nurses Week.
Happy Nurses Week from Miles. Thank you for saving lives.
Hey nurses out there, Happy Nurses Week. Thank you all for all you do.
Hey, my name's John. Happy Nurses Week.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what you should have said.
Oh, this one's best.
Hi, my name's Erica. I'm a director here with Advance. I just wanted to wish you all a Happy Nurses Week and let you know that I appreciate every one of you.
Hi, I am Jill. I work in the QA department. I just wanted to thank you for everything that it's taken to get you from starting the decision into travel to putting your hands on the patients that need you most. We try and make this process as efficient and simple as possible, though it's not always the case. So thank you for being where the patients are that need you the most, and thank you for all you do.
No, you're supposed to start it like this. So guys, I say all of that to say this. Thank you so much. I appreciate the hard work that you do, and I appreciate the caring attitudes that you show every day. I work behind the scenes so that you can work before the scenes.
I'm gonna leave that. That was what I was gonna say right there. Leaving it. And you know what? A little bonus information for you I wanted to share. Advance Medical, the company that I work for that you're getting paid from, it's a really cool company. And when I went for an interview a while back, there was something that stood out to me, and it's why I work for this company versus all the other competitors out there. And there's a lot. There's like 365 different agencies. But when I went to the interview, I called you afterwards, and I was like, babe, this company had a plaque on the wall that explained that they were a company powered by women. And I think that's super important because Zig Ziglar, a sales guy, he's a guru of sales, and he wrote a book about sales, and he talked about how men promote and hire men that look like themselves. His example he gave was a white bald CEO will hire a VP or promote a white bald VP. And you met my director in the video, my VP of the company. They're all different people, and they're all females. Like, the whole company is ran by females. And it's really cool. I remember when I submitted your resume out to a couple places back a couple years ago, and it were the same places I submitted mine, and they would give me interviews, and they're like, oh, we'd offer you this amount. And then submitting hers, one, she wouldn't even get the interview, or two, they give her an offer. I'm like, that is a third of what they're offering me. Why would you go, like, that doesn't make any sense. And I got to see it firsthand. And just know that the company that you're working for is powered by females, and it's pretty awesome, and I love working for them. So thank you. Anything else?
Thank you.